Set 4 will be played on Whirlwind. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position as the blue Zerg from SK Telecom T1, his name is S2.
His opponent spawns in the top right-hand position as Red Zerg, playing for KT Roaster. His name is Crazy, formerly known as Crazy Hydra.
Yeah. There's another player out there called Hydra from CJ Entis. And, of course, he's a Zerg player as well, so maybe he changed his name just to Crazy after realizing that, one, Hydras aren't as good in StarCraft 2 as they are in StarCraft 1. In Heart of the Storm, they're a lot better, though.
Yes.
But not in Miss Liberty. And he didn't want to mix up the names, I guess, maybe with his potential friend.
Now, it's been a while since Crazy did play in Pro League, and the thing is, S2 and Crazy, they only met each other once in Brood War. However, they faced each other back in May 3rd in Challenger League, and Crazy defeated S2 2-0.
Ooh, interesting there.
If you look at the data for 2013, including Pro League KESPA matches and WCS, both players are 50%. However, S2 is 1-2 on this in this particular matchup.
Okay. So the stats pointing towards Crazy having a little bit of an advantage here against his opponent.
And interestingly enough, S2 went for the gas first and not going for spawning pool.
Yeah. Pretty weird on this map of all maps because it's so open and wide, it's very hard for an early attack to do as much damage as it would on another map like Naro Station, for instance.
Well, think about this. If it's like so unexpected from the other player just might cut that out of their mind. Pretty much tell himself, my opponent is not going to go for these particular builds, and that's the reason why S2 went for the build. He wants to catch his opponent off guard.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we'll see how this game develops here. We do have the gas already, of course, being mined for our SK player, and he's getting speed. He's continuing the mine gas as well.
He's gonna, yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be a Baneling all-in.
It looks like he's up to, yeah, he's up to 6 lings right now. Things are looking to be in that direction. We're going to find out if he makes the Baneling Nest. He's got the gas.
There we go.
Yep, Baneling Nest going down.
Think about this. On this map, a lot of Zerg players either go for 15 pull, but majority of them go for 15 hatch. If you try to go for this build, you know, go for early Zerglings, you at least need to catch up in that main natural hatchery as soon as possible. But with S2 being really aggressive with the gas first, this is something that you do not see in this matchup, especially on this map. Without the tempo, then S2 is up to something. He has to go for something really aggressive, and I had a feeling going for the hatchery behind it was not the right answer.
Correct.
I really like this from S2 right now.
So S2 is doing his best to catch his opponent off guard here.
Really smart. He's just trying to run around the Overlords every single possible time. And with these Zerglings out on the map, it's too late for Crazy right now. He does see the 4 Zerglings, but no Spine Crawler just up for Crazy.
He's making more Zerglings. He's got his Baneling Nest on the way as well. Zergling speed is about to finish for S2. He's going to move in here. The hatchery being abandoned at the natural.
Nice decision by Crazy as he realizes that his opponent is going for a heavily aggressive build right now.
Crazy, he has to buy time, be very defensive here. The Banelings are out. Will they connect? Will they do the damage they need to do? The Zerglings here, they're going to remain pretty much uncontested. Nice surround there from S2. He's going to be able to pick off a lot of additional Zerglings here and be very economical with his. And a few more pop out, but they're going to get picked off. And this hatchery is pretty much going to go down here.
It is going to go down, and what is S2 going to do behind it? Is he going to press on forward for the attack, or is he going to try to pull back? Seems like right now he only has 13 drones. His opponent still has a lot more drones compared to him. Was that a 9 base Baneling bust? Baneling shot on the Zerglings.
He didn't even need the Banelings, man. He didn't need them. All right, so we have a pretty good defense here from our KT player. He's up in drones at least, just behind this. Yeah. He's now on even tech with his opponent, and our SK player, he is getting a few more drones behind this. The Baneling's now rolling out.
Yeah, but
waddling.
Yeah, but if S2 can still micro properly, then he could still get those 2 queens and a lot of Zerglings behind us. So now it's up to create both players micro to make something happen.
Yeah. All right, that Baneling will survive for now. And it's just dance at this point. It's interpretive dance moves, ZvZ style.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what happens in this matchup, especially if it goes to Zergling Baneling Wars, and both players need to be careful. They do want to micro a little bit against the Banelings, but they need to make sure that once They need to make sure they don't suicide every single Zergling into the main lane.
Yep. All right, Zergling's running past here now, trying to do a little bit of scouting. And we're going to have see, I think, 2 get past, or maybe 1 get past S2's army here. Yeah, those are those 2 lings there, but oh, they may get cut off actually. And nope, they're going to eventually be able to scout what his opponent's up to, but nice clean block.
Oh!
Sick.
Denied scouting completely. I really like this play from S2.
Almost got in there, but
yeah.
S2 pretty clutch there. He had a few units on hold position with that queen, and they couldn't get past. One Zergling like almost squeezed through, but it ended up dying.
And also, Crazy is building up to 12 Zerglings behind us. I have to say this is a little bit overboard, as he could just make a few more Banelings behind us and be completely safe with maybe 1 Spine Queller.
And we're going to see, you know, he can still go into aggressive play behind this. It's certainly possible. We have a Roach Warren on the way from our SK player. He's got 2 gases in the main base now, and same thing with his opponent, Crazy.
You know, I have to say S2 is playing a little bit more like Turn. All he wants to do is attack his opponent.
Well, I think if he was more like Turn, I would have like seen like the proxy hatchery into an attack match.
Well, you don't see that in ZvZ because that's impossible. Even Turn knows what's possible and what's not possible. 1 Zergling suiciding into Baneling, nice trade, and the second one also going, so not a good trade for Crazy at all.
Mismicroing a little bit there.
Yeah.
The Zergling count is in the advantage of the blue Zerg. And 30 drones now. We have 5 Roaches on the way. A Roach Warren on the way for KT player as well. And we up to 9 Roaches now in production.
It seems like S2 right now, he's just getting a lot of Roaches behind us because he's been able to drone up a little bit during this whole engagement. The Baneling's also coming back to defend, and I don't think he saw the Roaches at all.
No. The point of this defense here from S2 is to prevent the scouting of the Roach count from his army here. Now, if Crazy sees that, he'll be able to drone up or get enough Roaches to defend against the attack, but if we can see a really big surprise tactic from S2, he can potentially take the game. Baneling's moving in here. Are they going to be able to connect?
Well, do remember that both players are going for Roaches right now. Crazy's micro is not on top compared to S2, who's been having phenomenal Zergling Baneling micro.
Yep.
And now look at this S2 trying to go for a Rumblight, but he sees a number of Roaches and knows what's up.
Ooh, look at that. All of those Banelings get canceled there. Going to run away. So right now, looking at the army supplies and the army count, they're actually pretty similar across the board. And we have S2 with a slight supply advantage over his opponent, but you know they're still playing pretty similar styles right now, getting a lot of Roaches, Lings, and Banelings in there. Both of them getting their evolution chambers, going for the lair. Timing's looking really similar.
I want to double check on the drone count. It right now is 36 to 28 of Crazy. So S2, even though he started from a little bit from behind with the hatchery going down a little bit later, he was able to kill the natural hatchery and catch up in the drone count and take an early lead in the economic wars. When it comes to army, like you said, it's similar between the both players. So even if Crazy knows that he's slightly behind, he can't just risk it and throw away a couple of Zerglings and the Roaches just to do some economic harassment on his opponent.
S2 is scouting around the map with a few Lings, just making sure everything's okie dokie. Also, S2 is grabbing a 3rd base a little bit faster than his opponent, but the creep spread for Crazy is pretty superior at this point. He also has the double Evo chambers compared to just the 1 from S2. The 3rd base was not scouted yet.
I have a feeling that Crazy, he wanted to go for a really strong Roach push as he was building up to 11 Roaches. Crazy. But those Zerglings getting inside the main base.
That's not what S2 wants.
When did that happen?
Yeah, the Banelings were out of position. They could have done a lot more damage.
He didn't go for the Queens. The Queens. Okay, now he's going to get the Queens at the last second, but he could have gone for it a little bit earlier. Those Zerglings are going to get caught out of position and pretty much get killed.
Alright, so the attack from Crazy didn't do as much damage as expected, but still was at least annoying. He'll pick up Queen and maybe a few workers here and there.
And also remember, those Zerglings are not going to do anything at this point, so it's better to throw them away while also possibly getting a Queen or 2, some drones here and there.
Yep, S2 though, he's still ahead in the supply count, 108 to 99. And it's going to turn into a big Roach war from what we can see here. Probably we'll see some Hydras later on, maybe even some Swarm hosts or Infestors. They can be added to the mix.
Here's a big difference between the two players. Yes, S2 has a better army right now, and the upgrade is going to be slightly faster, but he only has one evolution chamber, which means that once the game drags out, there's going to be a situation where S2 has a little bit more army, but Crazy is going to have better upgrades with +1/+1, while S2 only has +1 attack.
And then I think it'll come down to more the arc, the positioning.
Yes.
If the upgraded Roach has superior arc, they're going to certainly win. It's going to be a lot more even if it's the other way around.
Yeah. So now S2 has this huge timing window where he can go for a push and win the game, but if he hits it wrong where the +1/+1 finishes, then it's going to do nothing. In fact, the +1 carapace is finished. At this point, the +2 is out on the wave, while S2 not continuing his upgrades.
Yeah. All right, well, there we go. He's getting the +2 now. So we have +2/+2 on the way for both players. We have the +1 carapace, though, for Crazy. His opponent, S2, does not have that. Roach speed just about finished for Crazy now, and S2's already got his Roach speed.
Yeah.
The creep spread, though, from Crazy, just definitely superior to his opponent for sure.
Yeah, well, he also needs to make sure that he doesn't completely connect it, especially since this is not ZvT or ZvP, this is ZvZ. So now S2 knows that his opponent has the upgrade advantage, but he knows that he has a lot more roaches than his opponent, so that's why he's going to press on forward, knowing that +1 carapace, I have 48 roaches, you only have 38.
Yeah, the Roach count making a pretty big difference here. It's going to allow S2 to be more aggressive. He's going to move in. All right, it looks like we have a potential skirmish here. And the Roach battle, the extra Roach is coming in still a pretty
nice
even number.
arc from S2.
He's got a good arc, but the problem is, the extra Roach is coming from the back could make all the difference needed here to win this engagement. And S2 continuing to press forward, saying, I'm not going to back down, I'm not afraid of you. And it looks like he's going to end up winning the Roach battle with an additional number of Roaches. Crazy now, he's got to get out of there. He's going to most likely lose this third base as well.
He can't even get out of there because the Roaches are completely trapped. The third hatchery, what third hatchery as S2? Not even going to allow S2 to take it down as Crazy GG's out of the game.
So that was a pretty sick timing window there. Crazy looking a little bit dumbfounded there and like, I just kind of lost there.
That was really risky from S2 because if he gave Crazy a few more seconds, he would have had about the same number of Roaches. He would have had a lot more trees in a better position to defend against the attack. But S2 found the perfect timing. The arc was much better on his side compared to Crazy. And his reinforcements just arrived on the spot. Yeah, like it was there. Crazy, I was a little bit shocked that he didn't have his reinforcement, which is flowing through the total clock position.
Indeed. So now we have a 3-1 situation. SK Telecom taking a strong lead over KT Rolster in the next match. Parting versus Zest. This is going to be exciting. Could go either way, but we won't know until the next match happens. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back after this commercial break.